Pull up a list of really cool people who also happen to be our friends? Or no, hey, these are people coming in alive. Hey, everybody, welcome. Paul's here. Wow, 3 countries represented so far.
Already.
This is awesome. Welcome in, everybody. Oh, we're so lucky to have you all here in the barbershop tonight. Thanks for being here. Any Boss Skaggs fans? I didn't know about this one tonight, y'all. I gotta tell you, this one's a little weird. This one's a little on the outskirts. This isn't Piano Man, I'll tell you that. This is a Boss Skaggs song. Anybody know Boss Skaggs? Somebody out there's gotta know Boss Skaggs. New York Minute, right? Kind of swings back here, like in New York. Like that guy, right? Love Boss Skaggs. We're meeting tonight, y'all. We're going down to the bayou. We got an evening planned with Eric from the Cajun Blade. We're so excited. One of our favorite new artisans. And mostly just to sit around tonight with some friends, share a little happy time, some music, as we get ready for the Academy Awards later tonight. For those of us who are in the entertainment line of things, that should be fun to see what happens there. So those have been bananas the last few years. Calling out wrong names, guys getting punched in the face. I'm telling you, you can watch the WWE or you can watch the Academy Awards. Anyway, without having to deal with the outside world tonight, because we're just going to close the barbershop, put newspapers over the windows, why don't we start with this lovely little esoteric song from Boss Skaggs that seems to mean something different. Not just to everybody who hears, but I think it means something different every time I sing it. It goes like this. Outside the rain begins, and it may never end. So cry no more on the shore. A dream will take us out to sea. Eric goes out to sea forevermore, forevermore. Close your eyes and you can be with me, neath the waves, through the caves of ours, gone, forgotten now. We're all alone, we're all alone. Close the window, come the light, and it will be alright. No need to bother now. Let it out, let it all begin. Learn how to pretend. Once the story's told, it can't help but grow. Roses do, lovers do, so cast your seasons to the wind and hold me dear, hold me dear. Close the window, come the light, and it will be alright. No no need to bother now. Let it out, let it all begin. All's forgotten now, my love. We're all alone. We're all alone. Hey, we're all here. Good to see you all. Thank you for being here in our little barbershop for our evening with Eric from the Cajun Blade. And has he requested his entrance code yet?
Hey,
there he is. Good. Hey, buddy. Good to see you.
Hey, it was up on my screen. I still had the request up there. So, how y'all doing?
Good.
Oh, we're doing
nice
fabulous as the sun goes down here in San Francisco. How are things in New Orleans?
I'm a little west of New Orleans, but I'm there by spirit. My wife's actually here tonight, so.
Oh wow!
Oh,
okay.
fabulous!
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh well, thank you so much for being here tonight.
Oh, I'm a big fan of the show, so it's an honor to be here. So.
Oh, good.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, we thought we might start off just by getting to know you a little bit as a person before we dive into the Cajun Blade stuff. Can we ask you, what are your favorite movies?
My favorite movies, man, I guess.
If you had to pick, it's hard, but
yeah. I'm not a huge movie guy, but I like modern comedy. Slapstick. Jack Black, Will Ferrell. Zach Galifianakis. That stuff, it tickles me, right? So
perfect.
We were just watching Step Brothers.
We did not too long ago.
Nice.
I like the old westerns, right? I mean, I probably watched the spaghetti westerns 1,000 times, right? So
yeah,
grew up
Rio
watching
Bravo
that,
yeah, right. We thought since the Academy Awards were on a competing channel tonight, we would start there.
And then, do you have any? If you had to pick some favorite foods, what would you kind of go for if you could?
Man, well, I've worked at a lot of places in the world. I really like Cajun food because I grew up with it. But Cajun food at the end of the day is soul food. It's poor people food. I've been all over the world, and in the Caribbean, and our food is very similar. Where people take Cajun food for like spicy hot. Well, It's really not. It's spices. A lot of homegrown stuff, wild game. We cook with animal fats. It's a celebration in a dish. So if I had, Cajun food's my favorite. I respect Texas barbecue, love it. I like the seafood down in Florida. It can't compare with ours. I love Caribbean seafood, but Cajun food.
Tallow is not just for shaving soap, y'all. It's for making French fries. Now, you were born and raised though in New Orleans, yeah?
No, I was born and raised in the western part of the state.
The western side. Okay,
gotcha.
Cool. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I'm in Acadiana, is where I'm from.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Tell us a little bit about where you're from. If we were to visit, where would you take us to eat, and what would you order?
So where I'm west of the Atchafalaya Basin, right? And you get into Cajun country there, where you have your Cajun music. It's where the Acadians settle when they come down from Nova Scotia, not by their choice, I may add, and they got really good restaurants in the Lafayette area. Two of them, one classic is, Fizo's. It's right there. They have a couple locations, great seafood. Closer to my home where I'm at, we have a restaurant out in the country that specializes in ball crawfish, ball crabs, and live music all the time called DI's. It's a great restaurant. People come from all over to go there. It's way out of the way, So that's probably where I'll take you if you get them down here, DI's. It's out in the country in the rice fields.
We would be down for that.
Now, forgive a couple of Yankees. What is the difference between Cajun and Creole?
Creole's on the other side of the Atchafalaya Basin. You getting into Creole food country when you get towards New Orleans, Baton Rouge, and that end, and it's very similar. Creole, I would say, for instance, they use more red sauces than we do. We use more brown sauces. You'll see more the joke tomatoes in their gumbo. We don't have that. Their gumbo is a lot of seafoods, where our gumbo was poor folks' food: chicken, sausage, eggs, and gumbo. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
And the way they fry their food,
they thicken it up.
Yeah, okra to weed, okra gumbo. We fry in flour; they fry in cornmeal. That's another difference.
See,
Okay.
it's like the chili debate with Texas, whether there's beans in it or not, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yes.
All right,
Fun.
let's see. Okay, there you
Okay,
go.
we got a few questions ready.
Let's see.
We're skipping ahead.
I do have one question about New Orleans. Are the funerals really as beautiful as they are in the James? Because my dad owned a funeral home and stuff. Are the funerals really as beautiful as they are in the James Bond movie?
Yes, they do the second line. It's New Orleans is a great city. We like to visit. My wife is there today with my son and daughter-in-law with my grandkids going to the Savannah Bananas game. She had extra tickets.
We saw that.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, I wonder if Lee's here tonight. Lee
I
turned
know,
us on
we
to the
love those
Savannah
guys.
Bananas. Yeah.
Very cool family adventure. Nice. Okay.
She
Yeah,
just
very
sent me a picture that Drew Brees was playing on the Savannah Bananas team, and the
Right. You never
Superdome was
know
going
who's
crazy.
playing. Yeah,
Wow.
how cool.
Y'all, if you don't know the Savannah Bananas baseball, I think they're going to overtake the MLB someday, and only because of this. They have a rule where if a fan catches a fly ball, it counts as an out for the team. So you can play. You can be an honorary Savannah Banana and actually help them close out an inning if you want.
To get tickets, it's a lottery. It's hard to get tickets to get in. I mean, it's crazy.
Harder than Taylor Swift.
So can you tell us about what your other job is when you're not hanging with the Cajun Blade side? Just a few little fun facts for people that want to get to know you.
Yeah, so, when I was young, come out of high school, tried to play college football locally, got hurt, ended up doing what boys do around here, getting the all field, started on drilling all wells, roughnecking. And I worked my way up for 34 years, and now I work the last 20, I've worked in the Gulf of Mexico on a ship. And I work 21 and 21, which I worked numerous schedules. Don't like 28 and 28. 21 and 21 is not bad. But it's that's my career, and this here is my it's not no longer a hobby. It's something I'm gonna grow. It may carry me into retirement. It may help my girls have a job one day that they can call their own. But it's rapidly growing fast. And the pace is going. So. Right. But I couldn't do it without my wife and my daughters because I'm gone half the time. And, I make soap, I promote when I'm home, and then I go kind of quiet for 21 days and they do the shipping. But I try to plan everything where there's never a lull, and we come back. I try to keep it fresh. So
cool.
Very cool. So more family business, too, at this point.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, we're since our show is a little bit more about scents, I was going to ask you, did the men in your family wear colognes when you were growing up?
Yeah, my dad was a salesman, a businessman, and he'd hate me to say that, but he was in corporate sales and operation in the oil field, so he always wore colognes, and I remember his favorite. He was aftershave shave cologne he wore, which is a simple scent, but I remember as a kid, Pierre Cardin, looks like a microphone. Remember those little?
Right.
Yeah, that's a scent I identify with him a lot. That and the Stetsons and the chaps and stuff like that, I
had chaps too. Chaps is wonderful.
Yeah.
Chaps is good stuff.
Do you remember what you used? Like, what was your first few?
Yeah, what were your first colognes? Do you remember?
So I was the anti-polo guy. The apple part of polo wasn't for me, right? And I was more Giorgio Beverly Hills. I like that one, which they still make. Dre Carnor, Eternity, Obsession, but I did like polo blue when they come out with that, and the red and the black. I just the green, that apple forward wasn't for me. That's and it's uncommon because everybody had polo at my age when they come out, right?
Right.
Guess jeans, Z Cavaricci's polo, Tommy Hilfiger shirts.
Right.
It's true. What were some of your other hobbies growing up? Did you ever see that this would maybe be in your lane eventually?
Or what other hobbies do you have now?
So I'll come back to this. I've always been obsessed with knives. I made knives when I was younger as a hobby. Hunting is my main hobby, and knives go in with that. And I raised cows from 1997 to 2014. Processed my own animals. My grandpa taught me how to sharpen a knife on Arkansas stones, and it was coming full circle. At work, do the H2S, we had to shave, and I hated to shave. I kept a beard because it made my face feel terrible. So I got researching, and I got into DE shaving. And right away, then I got to looking at straight razors. And I was like, hold on a second, I can sharpen anything, and then that kind of went into play there. So my old knife hobby, and I had been thinking about getting me a forge and going back to building knives instead of just buying blanks. I still build them from friends of mine, but the soap thing, man, it happened by accident, and I got to really loving playing with it because I'm not a collector, and I'm not I'm a doer, right? I can't sit still. I have to do something when I'm home, and I like to build things, and 30-something years in the oil field, I don't have the best back anymore. I used to build houses and do all kind of things, and now I wanted to get back to building knives. Well, now it's building soaps, and then I learned how to build scents, and that become addictive, man. Learning how to put them together, and it's fun. It's a blast for me, right?
Love it.
I'm having a good time,
Nice. Were there any clues when you're growing up that you might be a perfumer someday?
No. I'm a sensory type guy. That's why I like the sharpening. That's why I like the honing.
Yeah.
I like doing mechanic work, working blind off of feel, smell. Hunting. I have good senses, right? Use the wind, smell, and and perfuming. I can't stress how much that I don't know what I'm doing. I literally learned it by buying a bunch of scents, smelling them, putting them together, and experimenting. Not from like reading a book, right? So, and I keep telling old Chris Latheryetti, I just keep getting lucky. And he said, well, no, I don't think you're getting lucky. I think you understand what's going on.
Yeah, but it's a different approach because some people come away with a different knowledge. So it's nice that, like, your scents do have, like, your little thumbprint on them. They have their own little way of coming through. So whatever your Rolodex of scents are that you're using, it really is working.
Yeah, something prepared you well.
So you asked about my father's scents. So I'm 53 years old, and I was there in the late 70s and 80s. The musks, the ambers, I love them. You know what I'm saying? And it's not totally acceptable now, but I try to find ways to sneak them in. And I think that's why you say you can smell my, oud is something, Arborwood I learned later in life, but I really like the dankness of it. So I play with oud a lot, and I like, and those musks. I really like them. I remember one of your shows you said he used white musk and Egyptian musk. But I mean, to me, and it worked, right? I mean, one was too strong, so I settled down with the other, So
Right.
Now, when we had Sri from Holy Kong, we were interviewing him. We said, what advice would you offer to new soap makers? And he said, the best thing I could say is be yourself. From the scent to the stickers to the base, make it representative of yourself. And you have done that in absolutely fine style. And I think that's why Cajun Blade made such a splash, is it is representative of you. It's unique. It's your personality.
It's places you've been. Like, you take us there with your sense. So it is personal, but it feels like we get to know you through your sense and your kind of story that
Right. So what was the first light bulb that said you should be a soap maker? How'd you get the idea?
So at the time, I was... I'm not a huge collector, so I would buy straight razors, restore them, have fun of rebuilding them, and then sell them. And just could move on. And then I got to the point where it was fun, but it wasn't. It was okay, right? And I had been making my own shave soap with deer tallow. I started with deer tallow and rainwater over cold, like natural lye, right? I stayed cold fire and I caught rainwater and I made my own lye just to see if I could do it. And it ended up okay. So I said, I'm going to concentrate more on this shave soap. So I backed off the razors because it was just too much time, and I played with the shave soap a while, started giving them out to my friends for free. And I went on and did that for probably 6 months, sent some overseas. And I want to know how is it? And in that process, I knew that I'd never better sell deer tallow, so I swapped to beef tallow. And then I had got, you could send, all the soaps out to YouTube friends, and they're going to tell you they're good. But I went on Instagram, went overseas, and I wanted to send to people who knew that, who was going to be critical, because what drove me to do the tallow soaps was at the time when 2023 when I started this, people were going away from tallow, right? And it seemed like they were going more vegan, And I've never been a guy that's real fond of rules. And when they say, well, don't do one thing, I'm gonna go the other,
Okay.
and when I read somewhere, everybody was mad at palm oil. Don't use palm oil in your soap. So I said, palm oil must be good shit if nobody wants you to use it. So I started making soap out of palm oil. And it's really not that good. It's not working. Yeah, right. But I settled on a recipe, and like I said, it was an accident getting into it. It seems like, and I enjoyed it, so I kept doing it. If I wouldn't enjoy it, I wouldn't keep doing it. Right?
No, that's great.
I didn't really blow up on the pace I'm doing now till last year. Right, and now it's almost like work. But I finally settled into with enough help with my family where it's not
Right.
Man, middle of this year was tough.
Okay. Were there other soap makers like that you tried their bases to kind of see how you got into this, or you just kind of jumped in? Running?
Or would you dare tell us who a few of your other favorite artisans are, maybe?
No, I don't mind. So I do tallow soaps, right? But my favorite artisan doesn't make tallow soaps. Well,
there you go.
Joe Dean, I love his soap. His soap.
Solar, yeah.
It overperforms for vegan type soap. For a straight razor shaver, it has such good residual slickness. It's a thirsty soap, which you normally don't see with a vegan soap. I really enjoy his base, and he helped me a bunch. Getting because I went to him. I told him I really liked his stuff, and I told him what I was doing, sent him some soap, and he kind of evaluated it. But Joe's a great guy. I really enjoy his product, and then Doug Lane. I like Doug's soaps. Doug is he's the mad scientist of us all, right? He tries all kind of stuff, But he's a straight razor shaver as well, and his soaps always overperform when it comes to slickness, cushion, and glide. And Doug has a gift. I know you probably see this for like florals. I never really liked florals, but he introduces them in his sense that it's addictive. They're great. That's not who I am. We're different type of guys, right? But I like that. I have every soap he ever made. I really like his florals.
Yes, Sinatra kept a rose on his lapel. There are beautiful masculine florals out there. You just got to know how to blend them right.
Imaginarium. Imaginarium probably is his best work to me. That is that scent is unbelievable.
Yeah,
how cool. So, when did officially the Cajun blade start? I think you said
when did you finally hit the green button and actually go live?
Started selling on eBay in 2023.
Oh, eBay, nice.
Okay.
Yeah, and I really didn't know because I used my old platform where I was selling razors, and I had a platform right there, and I changed it from Ressage Cajun French to the Cajun blade. At the time I went to the soaps right there, and that's about the same time I started a YouTube channel, and just doing straight razor stuff.
Right. Yeah, we're not brave enough to do that, but we do send people to your page if they want to get there, because that's not.
What were your first couple of scents? Do you remember?
Yes, the first scent I used was Old Number 2, which I brought it back last year, and it was musk, sandalwood, leather. Three almost, and it's still a very popular scent, And then I had one Lavash, which is the cow. That was actually my first one that I sold. Old Number 2 I gave away. Then first one I sold was Lavash. Then I brought my Old Number 2 back. But Lavash was just, to me, I didn't think I would ever have a bunch of different fragrances. At the time, it was just something very simple. And I enjoyed it. It was something I liked, which most of the stuff I make is stuff that I like, unless I'm collaborating with somebody which is also fun because they challenge you in what you know.
Right.
But the Lavash was very popular. I need to bring it back. But to me, it was just an honor to cow because that was what we, couldn't use holy cow.
Know your history. Yeah.
Right.
Do you have a process when you come up with your own scents? I know you kind of mentioned smelling them and just kind of throw them together, but do you have a story you want to tell that the scents fit into, or
right? Because a lot of your soaps tell very specific kind of stories.
Yeah. Up until just recently, I bought some books on perfuming, and these next ones I'm coming out with, including Dark Irish Countryside, or made on a cologne type thought in mind, even though it's a journey scent. But you're right, most of my stuff was either a story or a place, and it didn't necessarily make sense. Like, okay, I'm building this cologne a certain way,
Right.
And I've had people question, well, your EDPs they don't carry this and that. And I said, that's my fault. I don't know if I'm going to keep making them because I'm not building a fragrance to be an EDP to project. I'm building it to tell a story, right? So it may not have the compounds that you need to make a scent carry,
Right.
And if you want my EDP, it's because you like that scent, but it may not. It's not built for an EDP,
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And you know what? Yeah. Can we have a grown-up conversation? I don't like EDPs that last more than 4 or 5 hours because I don't want to listen to my favorite song for 7-8 hours in a row. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't even think I'd want to eat bacon for 8 hours in a row. So like having that exact same 4 hours, 5 hours is perfect for me because then the second half of the day I can put on something else. I don't know, that's just me.
So I did. I guess the first one, and I got away from like a destination or a story was my Bay Rum that I come out with, and I was decided to do like a traditional. I wanted to use. What would they use back in the Caribbean, right? I wanted to use natural herbs and bay leaves and of course the soap I couldn't do that with, so I bought also the soap. But the splash I macerated with all these herbs in the splash, and it was fun. It was fun, and that was one of the first ones I had to do some studying on. But I'll have some stuff coming up, because I like the challenge. I love when, and I can only come up with so much stuff, and if I talk to somebody and say, hey, let's do a collaboration. Give me a challenge. Give me something that you want to do. Let me tell you a story, and that is a blast to me, me.
How cool. Yeah, coming from artists, I like either whether I'm choreographing a dance or you're writing a show, like I feel like there's big, whether it's a person we're trying to get the story
That's what we do for a
or,
living in our real lives, is tell stories on stage.
I think
we
that's
just
why
love
we've
that you can tell stories with our noses. How do you do that?
It's a whole different side of things.
Now, a very important question here. We've been looking forward to this answer for some reason. This is from deep in the heart of Texas, specifically from a Texan Shaves. He would like to know about your cherry almond experience, and if you would share that with the rest of us.
No, I'm not going to share that with everybody. That's dirty, Barry. I'll tell you this.
So.
We don't know what it is.
When I was mixing cherry almond up, I used cherry and almond essential oils, like the real oil, not fragrance oils.
Right.
And, and
almond gets a little rough.
I didn't wash my hands thorough enough, and I went to the bathroom. And Barry thought that was the funniest thing in the world.
We have a few Mexican restaurants on the West Coast with the hot sauce wall. Yeah, we've had some similar experiences out here. Yep.
So it's a very memorable experience.
Yes, it's almost like when those young kids first eat crawfish for the first time, then go to the bathroom and they realize you should have washed your hands.
Yeah, we know.
And for the rest of the country, if you think you've never had crawfish, but you've had Langostino lobster, you've had crawfish, and it's wonderful. Okay, hold on. So, we're gonna skip the next few questions that Barry sent us.
So, how does the Cajun Blade now? I mean, it kind of sounds like it's already morphed a little bit, but since it started, did you ever think it was kind of coming into this phase that you're in now?
Yeah, you made quite a splash. Did you ever see that coming?
No, I didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming. So, I mean, I'll tell you what, I have the best customers and fans. I'll tell you what, those people are so loyal. I mean, it makes me feel obligated to really work on, on what I'm putting out, and very deliberate if I do anything to my bases, best thing I ever done was start a Facebook page group with guys that enjoy my stuff, because at the end of the day, if I quit having fun and I quit being part of the community, I'm gonna stop doing it. I'm never gonna be one of those disconnected guys that I'm not necessarily I'm not looking at it as a business standpoint. I enjoy the guys, I enjoy the community. I like making people happy. I like being challenged. And, because at the end of the day, I'm a coon ass. I'm a Cajun. And I'm a cook, right? And when I cook and I want you to enjoy what I cook. And I try to take that same approach to my soul and my sense,
Right.
It comes through. Clearly it's appreciated, which is very cool.
Yes. Now, while most of the wet shaving world is your shave, your way, and your mileage may vary, do you have strong opinions on anything in the wet shaving world?
I try not to. I try to be very open-minded, because when I got in, I didn't like the people who were shaming the new guys and who were my way's the only way. I got away from DE shaving for a long time. Then I started again, right? Mainly because that way I can answer questions of guys who DE shave. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yes.
You know, so and I try. I didn't bowl lather forever. Well, I started bowl lathering a little bit more. Just that way I can answer questions and stuff like that. So, do I have preferences? Yeah, I have preferences, but I don't judge anybody else's preference. You know what I'm saying? I don't. It's at the heart, I'm a straight razor shaver. I like the face lather because I love the exfoliation and building lather on my face, and that's right. But it's not because I think that's the right way. It's just what I enjoy. You know.
No, that makes sense. Yeah.
Do you have any advice for new wet shavers
or new straight razor?
Yeah.
Oh, straight razors. You have plenty good vendors out there. Don't try to hone and shave at the same time. Learn how to shave first, and then get into it. And if you're gonna buy a razor, buy from somebody like Griffin Shave Goods, Daniel Mahoney, Adam Van Camp. Guys who really can hone. You can go to eBay and you can get lucky, or you can go somewhere where you're gonna get a good edge every time. And right now, start low. Don't dump a bunch of money in it. Go reach out to one of these guys. Anybody that's on YouTube, that most of those guys will help you and talk you through whatever you got to do. There's a lot of good people in the community.
Yeah, Douglas Embry will shave. He'll shave with us.
Absolutely, Doug's a great guy.
He'll walk you through it.
Mm-hmm.
We were really inspired when Peter Chikalis was talking about it on his YouTube video, and he said, "Well, wait a minute." And he called Talia in. She was like 10, and he goes, "She's never done this before. I'm just going to explain to her how to do it, and she's going to shave me, and I'm going to show you guys how safe it is." And she did, and it was fine. And I was like, okay, wait a minute. That's awesome. If they
she can do it, we should be able to do
it.
Right.
Yeah. And okay, you just answered our question about tub loading. That's fabulous. Okay, let's do that.
What's the most fun part for you with soap making? It sounds like more some of the scent stuff, but if you like cooking, I'm assuming that some of the making and creating of the bases and stuff has been a fun challenge.
No, I mean, without giving any my trade secrets away, I like to. I've tinkered with my base. When I first started making it, I didn't understand the science of it. I'm really just got lucky right out of the gate. You know what I mean? But you can get lucky when you lean on tallow. Tallow is great stuff to make shave soap on. So, and as I learned how to do it and tinker, I do like to tinker with my base. May not tinker as much as Doug, but I'm glad Doug does because I can call him and ask him advice.
Right.
He's a good resource,
Yeah.
But I tinker with my base and see what I can, when it comes to residual slickness, padding, glide, and it's where you put your oils at and when they saponify or after or whatever, and that's fun. That really is. I still have fun with that. But the fragrances are. Most that is what guys are buying, and it's the most challenging. So I'm gonna gravitate towards enjoying that.
Okay, no, that's great.
What other products do you offer besides the shave soap and aftershaves?
Shave soap, aftershave, and then EDP.
After sauce.
That's right.
Sauce, yes.
But I thought people would enjoy that. They come out to be all right.
100%. Yeah. And they come in hot sauce bottles, y'all.
Which is brilliant. Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I offer a tallow balm, and matter of fact, I was running to the point where I never had enough tallow to keep doing it. I finally got a source where I'm buying my tallow locally. Well, I'm getting it processed where I'm not having to process my own, and so I can get a little more, spend a little bit more money. But my tallow balm is one my daughter's come up with, and I'll be restocking the store shortly on that. I did try a beard oil. I don't think I'll do that again. That's not a very good seller,
Right.
But I may at one time in the soon future try bath soaps because I've been asked, but I'm at the limit of what I'm gonna get to because I want to be good at what I do and not stress myself. Right? I mean, I'm not close to stopping working and doing this full time. Right. So I'm gonna stay in my lane, do what I do, and get good at what I do before I expand to too much stuff.
Good thinking.
Great advice.
The more recipes you're working with, it does get overwhelming, so that's good.
Yeah.
Totally.
If you, with your current lineup, what would you suggest for a newbie scent or where they should start with your soaps that you've got?
I think probably the best selling soap. It may not be the one that you're gonna wear out to date with your wife every night, but the Bon Ton Barbershop is just about everybody likes barbershops, and that one I like it, and many people do, and it has good good projection, good strength on the scent, and it's enjoyable. The base is good. It's not a scent that's going to burn your face. You know, strong, but it's the low count on it on your
right.
And
so
it's unique, y'all. It's different from any other barbershop you've ever smelled.
Yeah, and I did tinker with my bass when I went to the Brayford 2.0, and that was not what I liked. I tried to tailor that to the community because I like a thirsty soap that I have to hydrate on my face. But when I went to Brayford, I wanted one to explode off the puck, and any new shaver could do it, but it wouldn't lose the good qualities of my soap. So, and that was the last evolution that I did, you know.
Gotcha.
Right. Well, can you tell us about the future of the Cajun Blade?
Without giving too many secrets away.
No secrets or anything.
It sounds like you're busy, so.
What do you have coming up?
So, I did make I have some collaborations coming up. Some will be more. I got my summer soaps are coming out. You know, I have something that's more menthol and fruity coming out this summer. I'll probably bring Destin Breeze back with another with a facelift. But it was a popular scent. It sold out. My Drake line of soaps, that's going to continue with different ducks. The first one was good. The second one, I just finished all up recently. I'll bring back Oud Wild with a different name. That one's coming back too. That one, I sold 100 and something soaps in 2 days with that thing.
Wow.
I mean,
the Lathered Yeti. I've heard he's a hell of a nice guy, the Lathered Yeti. He makes great lathers too.
That was the soap that basically put me on the pace I'm on right now. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I was making 35 to 50 soap batches and you know, selling them in a week, you know, and when that took off, it just blew up, you know, and it ain't backed off since. So
okay. Are there any scents you'd love to make but you don't think would sell? I know you said you like to make scents that you enjoy, but are there ones you've kind of held back from?
Yeah, there's some. I'd like to really do. I'm not one on dupes, but I would love to bring back some of those older colognes. In my interpretation of them through the 80s, you know, because I enjoyed them, you know, and I may do that, you know what I'm saying? But, and not do a straight out dupe, but accentuate what I enjoy the most out of those scents, you know?
Right.
He's having fun.
She got tangled in our headphones here.
I'm going to go off script here a little bit. Now, so many of these take us not only to like really cool locations in your memory, but kind of events in your memory. Can you tell us what the Daiquiri Shack is about?
The Daiquiri Shack is an actual bar in Eunice, Louisiana.
Love it. Okay.
And you know, when we were young, you know, back then the drinking age was 18, so you didn't have to sneak in, right? You was in high school, but that was the place on the weekends when it was hot in the summertime. You made a trip 20 miles up the road to Eunice and got you some your favorite frozen chosen, and you went park back roads with your Jean-Pierre, and you had a little watch the sunset and had a good time, you know. But it just brought back memories of my youth, of you know, those frozen drinks, you know, and it's not something you're gonna do in the wintertime, but more in the summertime. They sure good after a full day's work in a rice field, you know.
Right.
Sure.
Right. Yeah. So is the neutral ground still kind of a crazy place?
The neutral ground is it's settled, but I live right not far from the Mermentau River, which is the line of the outlaw country right there, you know.
Gotcha.
And which people, you know, no man's land was an area where it was contested between Mexico and the U.S. and you know and you know that's why they didn't go help him at the Alamo, because Andrew Jackson didn't want to send people into the neutral ground because it would be an all-out war with Mexico, right? And
gotcha.
But it's still it's a bunch of waterways, like 5 bayous meet in there. Then you have the Red River not far down there. I mean the Sabine River not far down there. So a couple other ones, but it's you know, no, it's settled. It's you know, we don't have I-10 come through in the 60s and it modernized all of us, you know. So
right. We have a couple of questions here. Let's see.
Just before I forget, let's see.
Oh, this is who is your favorite soap maker and why is it Adopted Acres?
That must be Doug.
That's from Mr. Farmer had a EIO, it says.
Okay, Lathered Yeti, who is more talented perfumer, you or Bella Rose? And why is it Bella Rose? That's fun.
They're answering their own questions here.
It's making it easy.
So Bella's my 18-year-old daughter. She helps me a lot.
Okay.
She She hasn't been helping me as much lately because after the midway through point of school, she's been concentrating more on college. So I'm so proud of her. She helps me. Every cent I pass by her, make sure if he cuts the mustard, ask her for ideas. But she's going to graduate in May from high school with an associate's degree in college. And I'm so excited. So not only did she save me 2 years of college tuition, but I'm proud. And this semester, she isn't helping me as much because she's overloaded. I mean,
that sounds like a lot.
She's bound and determined to get 2 years worth of college in before she gets out of high school.
That's impressive. I now understand why it says Bella Rose Fragrance Collection now on this one. I see.
There you go.
She built that one, and she's the one that gave me the idea. Our family loves to go to Destin in the summer. We'll go again this year. Love Crab Island, but she said, "Daddy," when we finished, she said, "It smells like when you walk into Souvenir, the surf shop." That's what we were shooting for, right?
Okay, cool.
Right. Now, this might be the most special place of all to you going by the sales pages. Tell us about this place.
Atchafalaya. So most of my life, I'm a deer hunter, and a duck hunter, and I spent a lot of winters in the Atchafalaya Basin, and in the springs chasing sockeye and brim and bass in Lake Bijou and now on the Henderson Lake, But I love the smell of the fall when everything's that's why I like oud. Oud reminds me of the swamp because it's dank and it's decaying. It's mushrooms and it's decaying wood, but yet you get florals, you get the brightness of cypress trees, and then you get the dank mixes with sweet sometimes, and if you want cut up on honeysuckles before as they decaying and dying, and I was on the fence whether I was going with honeysuckle or I was going with blackberry, and I had honeysuckle and it wasn't gonna work for me, so the blackberry I put during turkey season. Or in the summer when you're scouting, when you come through there, all the briars that's all blackberry briars that we're chasing deer through, and when they start blooming, you got the blackberries in there, so that's why I put that in there. So.
Right. And for those who don't know what oud is, Sarah's sister was over here last night, and she thought it was a brand name. Oud is, and it's funny because of how you associate it. Oud is actually, briefly, what happens to the Aquilaria tree in Southeast Asia when ants attack it or when it gets an infection. It's literally the smell of a sick tree. And it's an autoimmune response that the tree has, and the wood turns very dark and gets that berry signature scent. And in the Middle East, they often burn it, and they'll put like fabric over them so they can kind of incense themselves. And here in the Western world, they incant it. They decant it. They basically, soak it in alcohol, and they get the scent out that way, and they put it into perfumes. Oh, Josue has a statement.
Yeah, more of a statement than a question. If we ever talk about one soap base to rule them all, the Cajun Blade 100% must be in the conversation. Love it.
So has it been proclaimed from New Jersey?
Yes, there we go.
And we would not say he's wrong. Okay, let's
see if we got through all of our questions here.
We have some more here.
Yeah, we do.
If you ever had to make a single scent note soap, what would it be?
Well, now we're talking about oud, but like one
maybe
scent.
Oud, right?
Okay, one that can't be oud.
Right, one that can't be.
Well, you probably know that already. Musk. I mean, that's
there you go.
70s musk.
But there's a lot of variety within that layer.
Yeah. I really have to rein myself back. I have to rein myself back because I will over musk stuff, and I know that. So it'd be different if I was an unaware person. So I consciously watch that because I love musk. I mean, my wife keeps me grounded on that.
Oh, good. I was guessing your daughter did. So someone did keeping you in check. That's
both of them.
And isn't it funny though? Like my dad's a duck hunter, and some of the scents associated with it are so sentimental to me, and yet they're horrible smells. Like the smell of burning feathers off of a duck carcass. That smell. That awakes. I almost cry when I smell that because that's what my house smelled like growing up every weekend for 4 months out of the year. So, would you ever consider doing now there's an artisan who's done a straight up dupe of this, but I would like you to start with this and branch out. That gun oil, is it called number 6?
I think so.
Old number 6, yeah.
Old number 6. Now don't do it alone. You got to use your nose and build it out. Right?
That's a good idea.
It's going to be in the middle. But y'all, if you were a hunter, or your dad was a hunter, there is no better smell in the world than that gun oil. I can't explain
Absolutely.
it.
That's a good stuff.
I can't explain it. We got one more. Let's see, who is this? Russ shaves out of my glasses.
Yeah. Eric's stuff has become an immediate blind buy for me. Some of the best products in my den.
There you go.
Russ shaves.
100%.
How cool.
Let's see. Okay. We're very excited about this question because of where you're from. You're more likely to have an affirmative answer.
You may not. It's okay.
You may not. That's fine.
You've traveled some places.
Right.
So
You've seen some things. Have you ever seen a ghost or had a supernatural experience?
I tried. You know, my grandparents believed in the Rougarou and believed in the Fifole, and you know, what I mean, and I think that's the way they kept the kids from wandering in the woods and stuff at night. But I was that guy that didn't like rules, and we play hide and seek in the woods in the swamp, and my own boys, I taught them how to track deer, no headlight, using the moonlight, And I tried to see them, and now they got some stuff, enough stuff out here to be scared of. You don't need ghosts, But
yes,
but do I believe in them? I guess anything can happen, but I ain't never seen them.
You don't have your own proof yet. I see. That's good.
Right. There was once, I don't even know if I ever told you this, but there was what I will preface this as a Roman Catholic. Do not use Ouija boards, y'all. There is something weird about them. We were at St. Mary's College with my roommates, and we thought we'd try a Ouija board because we were safe. We were at a Catholic university. And the first thing it did, and I'm a giant skeptic. Y'all, I worked at a magic nightclub for 10 years. I worked with shysters. I worked with con men. I have seen it all. There's an explanation for everything. So that's how I approached it. And this little ghost appeared on it, and he says his name is Melvin Kavanaugh. And he's from the class of 47. And I'm like, yeah, right. I was like, okay, look, before we go any further, Melvin, would you mind if we go down to the library and pull the yearbook and see if your ass is in there, Melvin? He was.
Was it the right year?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, y'all, you'll bring something forth. Just leave the Ouija board on the shelf at the toy store. You don't want it. There's
on
far
those
better
same
things.
Lines, New Orleans. You've been in New Orleans before?
No, but I am fascinated by it. I mean, just the airport on a layover, that doesn't count.
Yeah, never.
Yeah, New Orleans is that kind of town, right? It's if you don't believe in that kind of thing, you will after you leave New Orleans. It's old and classic. It's a great place to visit.
And Voodoo's making a comeback. Voodoo's huge right now in New Orleans. We were watching a couple of news stories.
Yeah, it's true. Mm-hmm.
Woo, y'all. Well, it's big here in Hollywood, too. When you go down Santa Monica Boulevard, you will pass some voodoo stores. It's kind of crazy. So maybe that's a little commonality we've got with New Orleans. Let's see.
We do like to open this up for a conversation, though. So if you have any questions for us, Eric, it is supposed to be an in-conversation.
Yeah, do you have any questions for us?
Not that you have to, but just throwing it out there.
Now, of my sense that y'all have tried, what is your favorite and why?
Oh,
this might be hard.
Man, yeah, this is going to be rough.
See, it changes depending on the time of year or the mood I'm in sometimes. But
if those nights when you've had it, I'm a nighttime shaver. The nights when you've had enough and you need to be alone, and you need to be not just alone, but you don't want anybody else within 50 miles except her. This is what I'll use because there's something about it that really takes me out, like I said in the review, to the real place. I can feel the dirt under my feet. I can see how far it is to the horizon and that there's nothing that's going to bother me. There's just something about neutral ground that takes me to that no man's land. What's yours?
See, I feel like I reach for that one too, for more of a calm kind of vibe. If I'm feeling more adventurous, I kind of go for one of these, I gotta say. So I don't know if that helps.
I like this for the story because my grandparents lived in Stockton, California, and that's where all the fun cousins lived who had driver's licenses that I didn't. So when you got there in the summer and it was 109 degrees because it's the Central Valley of California, you jump in your cousin's car and you go get your ices down at 7-Eleven. So it was not the alcohol version unless he swiped my aunt's tequila bottle. It was just the icy version from 7-Eleven. But that's something about the menthol in this is the icy for me. And I get that icy blast. I can feel and just the fact that you had those same kind of icy runs with your friends growing up. It's something about the shared experience. There's something about us knowing that even though you're in New Orleans and we're here in California, we've had these experiences. We're not alone. These are the things that we're celebrating. These are the things you've given us to celebrate. And even if it's a memory like this that we don't have, it's like when I went to the Met in New York, I don't like art. I don't. My eyes are weird. It's a long story. I'm a music guy. But if I go with somebody that really likes art and I really like that person, I'll have a fun day because I can kind of borrow their love of it. So what I love about these... Right. So what I love about these is like the master from Heather. I can grab that if I want to have that experience of her visiting an old decrepit barbershop back in the day. Or, if I want to go out on the swamp with you, I can borrow these memories. I can borrow these experiences that you've had.
I think it's fun too. Like, I don't even know if you intentionally do this, but I do feel like if anyone put these scents in front of us or something that you've perfumed, we can tell it's from your company. So like whatever your nose is behind it, they have a way of taking us somewhere we've never been, which I think for us, we kind of like those transportive scents. So that at least when we're thinking of who that is, I feel like all of yours have been transportive ones.
And this is brilliant because it's got florals, it's got the softness of the beach, but it's got the sand and it's got the salt. Salt is a really tricky thing to do. Half the time when you see sea salt, like one of the best ways to do sea salt is to take the corn molecule and put it down to 1% dilution, but it's still not exactly. There's something about the sea salt in this that's so perfect, and it's not sweet. The salt part isn't, the sand part isn't, but the floral part is. Things like that.
Yeah.
You're going to love this. I mean, you're going to really love this. So after y'all reviewed Destin Breeze, at this point, I had never had a complaint on anything I made. And look, and when I talk to anybody, I tell them it's coming. I'm going to it's coming. I'm going to make something that I like that nobody else does. And it's just, the odds are not in favor of being successful all the time. It's just not when you're building everything from scratch like I'm doing. Right. So guy says, man, I bought this soap on recommendation on the Barbershop Duet. And it smells like an old lawn chair. I mean, old beach chair that's got left on the beach for a year. All I smell is salt and beach chair. I said, well, thank you. Because that's what I was shooting for. And then he told me, he said, have you ever thought about just doing dupes or doing the tallow? I don't like the tallow. So and he was like, give me a whole list of recommendations how I can change everything. I said, how about I do this? How about I refund you and I thank you for buying my product and maybe not buy my product again? So,
we'll agree to disagree.
Well, here's actually, I'm glad I have a chance to say this, and I'm glad we have a few minutes left so that I can. Here's what's funny about our senses. And here's why I totally believe him. Like, I totally believe him, but I would offer him this brief explanation. There's a video I used to show my choir, and what it is, it's two groups of kids, 3 each, and they're passing a basketball. 3 of the kids have white shirts, 3 of the kids have black shirts. And I show it to them on an iPad, so the screen's not very big. Or a phone, works great on a phone. And I'll say, okay, I want you to watch the video, and I want you to count how many times the kids in the white shirts pass the basketball. And they do. And then I say, okay, how many times? And they say 6. And I say, now, tell me about the gorilla. And they say, what? And I say, tell me about the gorilla. And they say, what gorilla? And I say, well, halfway through the video, a 7-foot guy in a gorilla outfit walks on the screen, waves at you, and walks off. But and the screen is that big. If you're too focused on the basketballs, you will miss the gorilla.
Good point.
So the thing is, about scent, y'all, I swear to you, if you open this expecting salt and beach chair, that's all you'll get because you're looking for the basketball. Yeah. And if you take a step back, if you have your wife or husband have you blind to smell it a week later,
without the label.
You don't know what it is. You won't get beach chair at all. You'll get something completely different. So that's kind of where the idea of like expectation in scent can be a fabulous mistress or a horrible partner. Like, because it can either really help you enjoy the scent, like I'm going on a daiquiri trip with my friend Eric, this is going to be awesome. Or it can kind of work against you of like, well, I've heard that smells like burnt tar, so I'm not going to like Batters Up. Well, hold on. If you really dive into Batters Up, there's some crazy fun stuff that is happening in there. It's just, you can't be too focused on the basket.
Oh, exactly.
So anyway, this has been my TED Talk, everybody. Thank you for coming.
But it is crazy, the sense of scent, how it does that. And it will happen a lot, like other ones that, even we're reading through the scent notes later on in an episode. And then 2 weeks later, we'll shoot the How It Shaves. And we're like, wow, okay, now that we've had some time for it to marinate and get to know the part of the scent, you really do get all the other layers.
Or I start looking for other things besides the basketball if I had a little bit of an expectation.
Or the parts that we like already. So you already, you kind of zone in on what you know. And then you start to find the stuff around hiding in the bed.
Right.
So 2 years ago, whenever I started, I did not have any experience with these high dollar luxury fragrances. I just didn't. So I made myself go to the mall, smell them. I went, got all smell them. And, what you're talking about there, for instance, Baccarat Rouge, which is, to me, a very good tool to use in telling a story. They may have been Chris Lather-Yeti, or I don't remember who I was talking to about, but I said, in Blood Moon, I'm using it as my blood element. So what you mean? I said, well, when I smelt it, the first thing I thought of is blood. It's minerally. It's and then whoever I was talking to said, man, I can't unsmell that now. But,
now we're
right. No, exactly that.
Stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I think I approach it with an open mind. Now, I have a couple friends in the community that are very versed in all these scents. So I'll send them my stuff and say, I want you to put your nose on this. And because I build my stuff months ahead of time before I release it, So it's stuff like that. I think from not having a huge background in scents, it's helped me to use a lot of those, in a positive way in mixes of how I do things, So
Right. Mm-hmm. Wow. Well, listen, my friend, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. Sadly, I have a kiddo I have to teach singing to in about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But it's wonderful to finally meet you. I mean, I know we interacted a little bit, but
it was a blast.
And when it comes to new artisans, y'all, I think Cajun Blade and Adopted Acres are the two where we had an instant collection right away because they were so good. We were like, hold on, I need to know. In fact, we just hit purchase on Dark Irish Countryside, so stay tuned for that one because that one's coming up. But listen, Eric, you could have done a billion things with your spare time. You're a doer, right? You could have done all kinds of things for yourself. You could have done all kinds of things for somebody. But you thought about us. You were like, listen, I have this great experience with my shave mirror, and I think all these people from California need to come down here to the Bayou and experience some actual sense and some actual adventures that we used to take. And it's not that you're trying to sell soap. There's other ways to sell soap, and there's other more lucrative ways to sell soap. You are reaching out to a community of fellas and ladies who need a little bit of an escape, who understand that these are just as much an art form and a way to take a little vacation as watching an Academy Award-winning movie later on tonight. So thank you for contributing to our little museum. You are some of the most cherished adventures that we have gone on, and we look
forward
to
see what you have next.
Yeah, we can't wait to see what the next year or two has for the Cajun Blade, and we will be here to support you. And I don't think we've ever had more excitement for an upcoming interview than we've had for this one.
It's true.
Like everybody reached out and was like,
Eric is fast enough.
And it's funny because they all said he has the best soaps, but the first thing they said was he's the nicest guy.
Oh,
so we thought you should know that.
Right, your community's with you. So
your soap gets second billing to how nice you are.
Yeah, well,
so your personality,
like I said, I got some really good guys that follow me and buy my stuff, and I wouldn't have been there without them. So it definitely makes me want to make sure I step up to the bar and give good products.
Good. Well, on behalf of the community. On behalf of this crazy group of degenerates, we are so grateful you're here. We are thankful that you're doing the work that you're doing. And we will be here to support you. And can't wait to see what the next adventure is.
I know. Where it'll be in a year from now. Who knows?
I know. Let's do it again in a year and we'll find out.
Yeah, let's do it. This was a blast. I appreciate you inviting me.
Awesome. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you. Good night, everybody. We'll see you on Wednesday. All right. Bye-bye.